Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Saturday afternoon, and I'm carrying on with my looks at the year ahead for the key royals, senior royals, those are the working royals, and not so senior royals, the royals who aren't working, whether for the royals or for Archie. Well, ho ho, had to get that little dig in. I'm looking today at someone who works incredibly hard, and that would be the Princess of Wales, and I'm using for her the Tarot of the Golden Wheel, and we're going to look at her year ahead. I have tweaked the 12 cards just a little bit for this one, as you'll find out as we go along, but it generally is going to follow the pattern that I always do, the 12 houses of the zodiac combined with tarot. It gives us a nice overall spread. It's a very useful spread for yourselves to do if you're doing looks at your years ahead or anyone around you. Birthday spreads also good for that. It just gives a very balanced picture, and you can start to see themes and narratives in the spread that really colour the whole situation quite well. I'm hoping that my mic isn't covered, so if you hear funny noises, it's going to be me adjusting it once I have put the cards on the table properly. So let's remind you, it's tarot, it's for fun and entertainment, it's all speculation, it's all opinion, it's all just energy that we read, and of course there is a disclaimer in the box below. And let's see how we're going to fit these in. Tarot of the Golden Wheel, I think it's pretty much a Catherine Tarot deck. That gold dress, oh wow, as Harry allegedly said, and got chased out into the garden for it or something like that. I might be misremembering the story. But there is our spread, the 12 cards. Our underlying energy isn't a good one, which is rather concerning, quite honestly. That is the Four of Swords in reverse. That is somebody who's exhausted, somebody who needs time out and to take a break, and might be just really feeling the after effects perhaps of that awful book Endgame, in which she was accused of something very unfairly, a very sneaky maneuver to get the name leaked in the Netherlands. And I think it's lingering effects of that Four of Swords. I did see in readings that I did on William and Catherine late last year that there was trouble around this that was being hidden, that was definitely causing some disturbance in the force field, and so that Four of Swords I think is coming from that. But we'll see what the other cards throw up for us. So that's somebody whose energy is depleted, needs time out, needs a long holiday, but can't. Would also like to just slink away for a while and lick her wounds, but can't. So that's rather distressing for somebody who has really worked very hard and done nothing actively to seek out this harm, has had the harm come at her. We're going to explore that in this reading. That's why I've said I have tweaked it a bit for the purposes of this particular subject, the Princess of Wales. Her public image, the way she's going to present herself to the public. Same energy, Ace of Wands in reverse. Tired. I just get tired. She's run out of gas here with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Tired, depleted, lacking vision, lacking focus, creativity. She needs to go on a very long holiday where she floats a lot in lovely warm tropical water, and she does art and she does yoga, and she doesn't have to worry about all kinds of things, unpleasant things. So funny energy that's coming through here. I was hoping that this was going to be a really positive and happy reading, but so far it's not. Second house is the house of normally just money, but it's also about values, and I'm going to call it the house for this purpose of her value, her worth to the royals, her worth to herself. How's that going? Yeah, there we get the good stuff. The Empress card, that is literally Venus. Venus rules the second house. She is the most valuable thing that the royal family has. The Empress, they know it. She knows it. She is absolutely the goddess, the archetypal, divine feminine. She is everything beautiful, bountiful, attractive, valuable, creative. That's how she is seen. That's how she needs to see herself. But she's worn out. She's really needing some self-care here. But that's incredibly high status. That's queen in waiting. A lot of speculation. Her birthday is coming up, and so this, I suppose, would double as a birthday reading, really. But a lot of speculation. She's going to be given some quite high honor on her birthday, and it looks like it from that. So that's good. It's good that it's seen. It's good that they acknowledge it. But it's drawing some fire towards her from afar. And so our third card, the third house, is the house of communication. And in this instance, again, I'm tweaking it. These are the two cards that I've tweaked for this reading. We're going to look at PR, and we're going to look at PR battles, criticism, flying monkeys, that kind of thing. What's going on coming from afar? Let's not... the Fool. That's interesting. That's a fresh start. And we have seen very recently certain Twitter accounts being deleted. We have seen certain posts, many, being deleted, very ugly ones, aimed very much at her and at her husband. And those have disappeared. So I think that is going to get much easier for her with that Fool card. Fresh start, clean the slate, clear the slate, start over, innocent, fresh. Oh, it wasn't me, never did that. Me? Never. What are you thinking? Quite interesting analysis of narcissists around and about that I've been dipping into in the last few days, trying to understand the dynamics. And they live in the present, apparently. What's happened in the past, gone forever. You're upset about what I did 3 years ago and what I said last week on the phone? Really? I didn't say that. Never happened. Come on. So very interesting. Home front. What's going on in the home front? Page of Cups. That's it's pleasant. It's happy. It's loving. It's loyal. It's comfortable. It's charming. So I think life on the home front, children, home, she's happy. She's feeling comfortable in her home environment. She feels that her emotional needs are being met in her home environment. Very important. So things are looking up. How about children? Children, I'm reading on Prince George next today. So how about children, the year ahead with her children growing up so quickly? Justice. It's interesting that is the card. It's the card of truth. It's the card of fairness. Fair play. It's very positive. I'm just looking at to wonder to see what intuitively is coming through about what in particular could be the reason why that card would come up. It's coming to me basically that she's going to be having to work very hard to give them the amount of time she wants to give them. It's about, as I say, fairness, really balance, the Justice card. So I'm not thinking legal proceedings. I'm not thinking litigation, drama, anything like that. I hope not. It's for me making sure that at this critical time in their lives, she is around enough to give them the attention that they all need. And there are 3 of them. And they're all going through quite critical phases in their lives at the moment. And so I think it is to make sure that she can just give them that attention that they all need. So balanced kind of lives. They, of course, having to step forward, be more and more in the public eye, which is very difficult. They're comporting themselves. That's not the word that I was looking for, but they are behaving impeccably. They are charming and delightful and well brought up and seemingly very comfortable and delightful, but it's hard. So I think it's to get that, I want to say work-life balance, but we're talking about children, but public life, private life balance right. So that's what that's about. It's a big card, but it's a positive card. So I think she is going to be able to manage it, or that's certainly going to be her intention and her focus. How about her own life, her own day-to-day life, her own health, her exhaustion, which I've got here with the Four of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Particularly the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Four of Swords, sorry, I said I did say the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is more about just the painful events of the past year, the latter half of last year in particular, and then the ongoing Rose saga, never mind that. Her day-to-day life, Ten of Cups in reverse, it's the same energy. She's just the burden of having to be the normal ones in the royal family is overwhelming. Of having to always do the right thing, of having to always present the children dressed beautifully, behaving beautifully, herself always slim, always smiling, always the hair beautiful, William always doing the right thing. She is so tired of having to do the right thing. She's coming up to that critical age, early 40s, when things can go quite haywire if you haven't expressed your inner wild child. She did have a chance more or less when she was much younger, but not that much of a chance. Early 40s, you astrologers out there will know Uranus comes and gives you a good kick. If you haven't expressed that inner wildness, she's heading there. And so this isn't a good energy. Ten of Cups in reverse, not a good energy at all. So there's some tricky cards in this reading, disturbing cards. That almost need counselling to deal with, and that's my personal opinion. Time out, counselling. We've seen the other one, her twin, her royal twin, Princess Mary, who's going through a similar thing. Well, different, obviously. The marriage, what's going on in the marriage is public humiliation for her, but the same level of unease with the burden that's being put on her to pretend like it's all wonderful. Marriage, I'm getting a bit nervous now. What's going on with the marriage? Wow, Ten of Swords in reverse. They have been through a very rocky time that we have not seen. I've got this before, recently. Trouble in the marriage. I don't think it's trouble in the marriage that they are going to divorce and she's going to run away to the islands and never be seen again. But there is trouble, and it's trouble coming from this, having to put on this happy face all the time when the rest of the family is so aberrant and so faulty. And it's exhausting, and there isn't enough protection for her, even though she is the Empress over there. She knows it, they know it. Where is the protection? This might be the first sign of the protection that's needed to come in, and this might come in from this Ten of Swords in reverse, that she might have issued some ultimatums. If you don't step up, if you don't give me the right level of protection, if you don't clean up this mess about my reputation, my name, I'm out of here. It's that level of drama and trouble. So what about change, transformation, that kind of thing? Power plays, all this weird stuff that the 8th house, it represents other things, but not for a family-friendly show. Queen of Wheels, that's a Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is her stepping into that authority. She basically really is queen. Yes, I know we have a queen, Queen Camilla, but she really is the queen. She is the good wife, the loyal and stable one, and it's gone through a lot of trauma to get there, to get to that level of power and confidence and strength and endurance that she will be around for the next 50 years as this Queen of Wheels, as it's called in this tarot deck. She's been through it. 10 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, 4 of Swords in reverse. She has been through hell. I can remember doing readings on her about a year ago, and her energy was just beautiful. She was happy. She'd come into herself. She was untouched by all the nastiness being flung at her from Montecito. But things have gone very badly wrong. They went very badly wrong in the second half of 2023, and they went very badly wrong for a lot of people. Very strange energy that came through in this, particularly, well, I won't say the second half, more than that. From about April, May, I think there was an eclipse around then that was very, very harsh. And she's been through it, but that's good. That's positive. That means she's surviving. It means she's toughening up. It means she's there for the long haul, or heave a sigh of relief. How about overseas trips? 9th house, going to Italy, I think, at least. That's what I remember. The world, yeah, there she is. She's going off on her adventures, traveling. Very successful. It's not going to be like that Caribbean tour where agitators stirred all kinds of trouble behind the scenes, and we all know who the agitators were. But the world is public notice, attention, and very successful. It's a culmination of all this work, this journey that she's gone through. Hellish journey. To come out the other side, very positive, very successful. It's a kind of wearing costumes of nations around, you know, she always dresses and colours and things, designers from those countries. She's going to have a ball going to Italy and choosing her wardrobe for that. I hope she does. I hope she is absolutely sensational. She deserves to be, and it looks like she is going to be. So let's hope that for her. How about her public persona as Princess of Wales, as figurehead of the various charities and things that she does, all of that, her status, her sort of position, the Tower in reverse, that's rebuilding from that dreadful year that she's had. There's consistent energy in this reading. I hope I haven't cut off the top of this card. I can't see the up here. There's a great big plastic thing that's running across my screen, unfortunately. So sorry if things are all a bit weird. But the Tower, it's her hellish year that really came out of the blue. I don't think she was expecting it. Who would have expected Omid and all that nastiness and the various other calamities, Andrew, things that have been going on that are unpleasant, and so it's rebuilding from scratch, basically. She feels, and this is probably her own sense, because she's a perfectionist, she's that type of personality. She probably feels she's got all this work to do to rebuild her reputation, her public status, her profile. We don't think that. The public don't think that, but she thinks it at some level. Okay, let's move on to her own personal dreams, passion projects, her friendships, the things that make her happy. The Hermit is this need again to take time out. And I wish she was watching this because it would be time for a talk, a serious talk about the need for self-care, the need to take herself away on retreat every now and then. Go and meditate, go and do art, do something that fills the well. If you know Julia Cameron, I'm sure lots of you do who are watching, go and fill the well. She needs to get back to the things that she loves doing. She needs to turn that Ace of Wands the right way round. Otherwise, big trouble coming. This reading tells me that there's potential for big trouble here. So we get to the 12th house, and the 12th house is what's hidden, what's churning away in the subconscious, that needs to be expressed. Ace of Swords. She needs to be able to speak her truth, like the one in California is so loud about, but what she speaks is not necessarily her truth, in my opinion. Catherine needs to be able to express herself, defend herself with that Ace of Swords. I think she was desperate to come out and say exactly what had happened. She might even have evidence with that card, and that's very interesting. And I brought back to this Justice card, and my suspicion in readings that I've done, particularly on George, that there might be bullying, there might be quite nasty stuff going around at school about your mother's a racist and made Megan cry and all of that kind of stuff, and needing to defend herself and defend the truth and get the truth out there. Twice the sword has come up here. And slay the dragons. That's what she wants to do. She's desperate to do it, and she's having to repress that urge to tell the truth, defend herself, bring the evidence out, which I'm sure she has, and say, actually, this is what happened. Very hard to have to just keep putting that 10 of Cups smile on your face when that's not how you're feeling inside. And so we've got a very clear picture of these cards, I think. Some very positive cards, some very negative cards, and let's hope that she does what she needs to do to look after herself, and that at some stage she does get the opportunity to tell her truth in some shape or form. Because it's there and it needs to be expressed. That is all my opinion, of course. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.